What if our purpose was literally to just exist? And sometimes you just want to exist. Sometimes you may feel like healing something so that you can remove blocks and become a better version of yourselves, but you don't always need to be in that place. Allow yourself to just exist as a human being, being in this present moment, or just going through whatever challenge or pain or experience or positivity or light, love, whatever is happening in your life. Like, allow it to just unfold without that pressure of feeling like you need to constantly be healing. Healing is not your purpose. And do you find yourself constantly feeling like you need to be healing, or even just that you should be doing something, or that you shouldn't be doing something that you think you should or shouldn't? I should be meditating right now. I should be working extra hard right now. I should be eating perfectly. I should be working on myself. I should be healing. All these shoulds. Well, what if I told you that this way of thinking will keep you in a constant loop and mindset of lack, which will cause you in turn to attract more negative things towards you, because lack attracts lack. Now, I know this video might seem counterintuitive to a lot of the other videos that I post. I talk a lot about healing and how I work on healing myself, which is why it's super important for you to stay to the end of this video to hear exactly what I mean, and so that you don't miss the point of what I'm trying to say, which is that life is not just about healing, it's about experiencing. And healing doesn't just take place in one form or in the way that you might think. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rosa, and if this is the first time that you're seeing my face, then welcome. It's so nice to have you here. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? Dedicating time to your healing, to your self-growth, to your self-improvement, there's always a time and place for that, and I support that 100%. You know, being on your spiritual journey and constantly moving towards becoming a better version of yourself, that's amazing. That is so important, and there will be times in your life when you're feeling called to become a better version of yourself and be up-leveling wherever you currently are, maybe healing some things that are going on in your life. Now, we're not going to ignore the fact that healing is so incredibly important. And dedicating time to our healing is so important. There are going to be times in your life where you're feeling more called to step into learning more about yourself, healing different aspects of yourself, doing shadow work, and just times where you're going to feel called to heal. But this video is really for those people who get stuck in that healing cycle where they constantly feel like they need to heal in order to do anything, right? Because at the end of the day, constantly telling ourselves we need to heal can be a distraction, and it can be procrastination, you know, saying, oh, in order for me to do the thing that I want to do, I need to first heal. And then that cycle of constantly needing to heal will just repeat again and again and again. And what happens when you get stuck there is this actually stops a lot of people, myself included, from experiencing life itself. Life is not just about healing, it's about experiencing. If you're particularly feeling blocked in one area of your life, or you're feeling called to do some healing work, then by all means, please be where you are right now, feel what you're feeling right now, and allow yourself to process and go through the healing process. But remember that we don't need to stay stuck in that healing phase, that we can give ourselves permission to experience life fully. Also, it might actually be a story that healing has to be hard. Who said that healing has to be hard? The truth is that everything is healing, right? Laughter is healing, crying is healing, feeling pain is healing, challenges are healing, meditation, breath work, yoga, working out, being with friends, being with loved ones. Experiencing life, experiencing pain teaches us, and so does love. Allow yourself to just experience where you are in life without feeling like there's something else you need to do or there's someone else you need to be. Sometimes even just putting our awareness on the fact that we're going through pain is enough, right? We don't need to sit in it. We don't need to ruminate. We don't need to analyze, uncover, dig deep, and wonder why it is that we're feeling the way that we're feeling. Is it necessary sometimes? Yes. I'm not saying that it's not, but I'm saying that there are times when we can just allow ourselves to just simply be where we are, experience life, and not need to overanalyze why we are the way we are, why we should be doing something else, but rather just being in this present moment, allowing yourself to feel and experience whatever it is that is currently going on in your life. If you're a type of person that really wants to meditate because it helps you heal, or you just like to meditate, don't beat yourself up if this month you just did not have any desire whatsoever to meditate. Maybe you're going through some particular challenge in your life that makes you not want to show up in another area of your life because your energy is currently elsewhere. Life is a constant ebb and flow, right? Allow yourself to just experience it. The purpose of life is not just about healing, it's about experiencing. And through the experiencing, that is what leads to the healing. Everything is healing. You are allowed to experience, to let go, to have fun, and just trust in the unfolding of your life. It's a part of the human experience to have these ups and downs and these ebbs and flows, right? You're not broken for that. You're not broken for not wanting to do something that you think you should. You're just a human being experiencing the ebbs and flows of what it means to be a human being. Just go with what you feel called to in this moment. Also, a lot of times when we tell ourselves we need to do something, we should do something, what does that do is that creates resistance between us and with doing that thing. And when there's resistance of doing something, it's going to make it so much harder to actually do that thing. The key is also just not to hold shame and guilt above ourselves, because that truly is the silent killer in all of this. But yeah, just remember, we're not these stagnant creatures, right? We are ever changing. We're not always the same. So allow yourself to ebb and flow. Give yourself that space to not always constantly needing to be on top of everything. But let's say, like, for example, you are a person that wants to work out consistently, but then something happens in your life, a challenge happens in your life, something comes up in your life that throws you off of your routine, and now you're suddenly in a different phase where you're focusing on different things. This is what happened to me recently, is I have a normal routine of working out 5 days a week, and an experience was happening in my life that I decided, it's okay if I take some time off of working out for a little bit, because this is the phase of life that I'm in right now. I don't always need to be healing, but at the same time holding that duality in my mind of that, but that doesn't mean that I'm all of a sudden, going down a negative spiral. It doesn't have to mean that. It doesn't have to mean that I'm not healing anymore, that I've lost all my progress, that I've lost all my track, and that I can't get right back at it, because that's the identity that I've created for myself. I am just a person that works out consistently. Even if I have a period of time where I'm not going consistently, that doesn't mean that I'm not a consistent person in whatever it is that you want to do. So the point is, like, that guilt and that shame, that is what keeps us going down a negative trajectory, rather than the actual act of not doing the thing that you think you should be doing. Society will tell us that we need to constantly be productive, constantly be working, right? But the truth is that we are cyclical beings. Life has ebbs and flows. We need time to sometimes just rest and to just do nothing. Allow ourselves to be without overanalyzing how we need to be, how we need to show up. We really need to find that balance and remember that life was meant to be lived. I know, crazy concept. We put this pressure on ourselves to constantly be healing because it kind of gives us a sense of purpose in a way, right? If I'm constantly being better, that gives me a sense of purpose. But I find it to be a very empowering thought that we are the ones that decide what our purpose is. We get to create that purpose. And what if our purpose was literally to just exist? And sometimes you just want to exist. Sometimes you may feel like healing something so that you can remove blocks and become a better version of yourselves, but you don't always need to be in that place. Allow yourself to just exist as a human being, being in this present moment, or just going through whatever challenge or pain or experience or positivity or light, love, whatever is happening in your life. Like, allow it to just unfold without that pressure of feeling like you need to constantly be healing. Healing is not your purpose. And if you guys haven't heard of that song by Tony Jones, Healing Is Not My Purpose, please go do yourself a favor, listen to it. She has amazing mantras on Spotify. I definitely recommend listening to them. I listen to them sometimes during my meditations. But hold that duality of I am perfect, I am exactly where I need to be, and at the same time, I strive to be a better person so that my soul can elevate, so that I can remove blockages, so I can be an overall happier person. Give yourself the space to go through whatever it is that you're going through. Remember that you don't need to be perfect. This is your permission slip to let go of what's right and what's wrong and to just exist. Existing has always been enough, and it always will be enough. That's all for me in this video, guys. I hope you got value out of it. If you did, please leave me a like and a comment letting me know what was the most valuable thing you got out of this video. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!